Hey guys, just doing a quick live today. Almost finished painting my Korn covers onto the back one now. As you can see, this is my vinyl record here. Obviously it doesn't look exactly the same, but it's got my own touch to it. So I thought I'd jump on live today during the day. I was meant to tattoo today, but I had a cancellation last minute and I was actually pretty excited to get a cancellation because that meant I could come home and finish these covers hopefully. Just bear with me a second. All right. Wish I could play Korn in the background. I can't see the chat at the moment. I don't know how to get the chat up or anything like that, so bear with me until I figure it out. I'll do some painting until then anyway, until I can figure it out. Actually, lunchtime here in Australia. Come on. All right. Got it up now. All right, so we're on to doing this girl here. Oh, hey, Mikkel, thank you. They're getting there slowly. Yeah, I had a cancellation today, so I'm pretty happy that I was able to do some painting. Try and get it all done. Hopefully. I would say I'm probably about 15 hours in now to these covers. Oh, maybe 12 hours actually. 15, nah, maybe 12. But I guess all the time I've spent sanding it and painting it, probably around 12 to 15. I'm looking for some new covers now. Do the next sort of artworks, but I'm actually going to do some controllers as well too. I'll move this a little bit. Actually going to do some controllers as well too to match it. So hopefully I'll do like the left side of the handheld bit with the girl on it and maybe the right side with a little bit of this on it or something like that. In the middle, Korn. But I'm going to make sure that you can paint over that sort of touchpad in the middle on the PlayStation controller first before I go painting over it. I'm just going to use some of my old controllers anyway that don't work the best, so. Yeah, hopefully I'll have to be careful with the controllers. The controllers will be cool to paint, but I'll have to finish them off in like an automotive paint so that the paint doesn't wear off. I finished these ones with just like a matte can clear, which is all right because they're not getting touched all the time, but with the controllers I'll have to finish it like it's a car getting resprayed with some automotive clear so it doesn't come off. 2-pack clear. I've painted a few cars in my time, so I know what paints are good and what paints will stick, but yeah, these are good stuff for things that aren't going to get, touched too much. But if this was something that was going to be getting held onto all the time and touch and stuff like that, I'd be finishing them with automotive clear. Yeah, we'll see. I gotta figure out how to take the controllers apart too first, which will be fun. I've taken a few Nintendo 64 ones apart in my day, but yeah, PlayStation 5. See how they go. Sure, it'll be easier than a Nintendo 64 controller. Probably just need to get a screwdriver for it or something. Might have one of those different screwdrivers Nintendo 64 controllers are all like those little star sort of screwdrivers. So I had to order some of them to try and undo my Nintendo 64, and then I undid my Nintendo 64 controller about 10 years ago and never painted it and never put it back together. Well, I should probably paint it one day. Probably lost all the inner parts to it. So I'm hoping I get these finished this week. Get them off the kitchen table because they've just been sitting on the kitchen table for weeks. When we eat dinner, we just move around them. That's the life of an artist. There's just shit everywhere. A little bit hard to outline it around the edges, so I did that earlier because it was really hard, these bits right here as well too. It's got a jumper on, it's got a little Korn writing there. Such cool artworks. How cool is it? Oh, this is one of my favourite album covers of all time. I think I'm going to do either Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, Significant Other, or Americana on the next set. Offspring Americana, love that album. That'd be an easy one to do, and that'd be a pretty cool one as a controller as well too, if you guys remember the Offspring Americana album cover. It's the kid, he's sitting on like the swings, and I think it's a roach or something like that's coming to eat him. It's such a cool cover. Yeah, Offspring was so good. My sister got the CD. I was a little too young to listen to it, but I used to always steal her CD and listen to it in my Discman. Mum didn't really want me listening to it. She thought it was a bit naughty, but yeah, I still snuck away and listened to it. First one, that Americana album. Loved them ever since. They're still going good. I think they just toured in Australia not that long ago as well. I'm hoping to get heaps of these covers done and maybe do an expo in a couple of years' time. I don't know. I don't know about doing gaming expos. I've done a few tattoo expos in my time. I think a gaming expo would be pretty cool actually, because there's too many flogs at tattoo expos. So I think I'd rather be at a gaming expo with the gaming community. Much more cooler to hang out with. Yeah, do a couple of covers there or something like that. Paint a couple of covers up while I'm there, just for fun. For shits and gigs. But yeah, be good fun, I reckon. There's a few gaming expos coming up in Australia. I think we've got PAX and the Gaming Expo as well too. So I think I'll head out to them this year. Might do a few videos there. See what it's like before I do it, get a booth or something. If they'll have me. On to the next one now. This kid's the coolest. He's got like a disc man as well too. How cool is that? So I thought I'd jump on and do a quick live at a different time today. I usually do lives of a night time. Everyone's in bed, but because I got a cancellation today, the kids are at school, husband's at work, I'm like, I get some time to paint. I might as well jump on and do a live, do it at a bit of a different time. Before lunch. Move this out of the way so you guys can see. I like how sketchy this artwork is as well too. I don't have to try too hard, it still looks alright, still looks like it is what it's meant to look like. Haven't smudged any yet, so today might be the day. I've never done something before and not smudged it, so see how we go. Hopefully I don't, but it's got to happen at some stage. Yeah, I reckon it will be a good idea to go to a game expos. I don't know if you guys have many game expos where you are from. Don't have too many in Australia just yet, but I think it's becoming more popular over the last few years. Starting to come together now. How cool do they look? A little bit of black outline and they look cool. Look super creepy like that. Look at that. That's scary ads. But once you get a bit of black outline in there, starts to pop. Oh yeah, what's DreamHack? Is it like a cool game expo type of thing? A big one? It sounds fun. It's a good name. Sounds like Dreamcast almost. Try and move that up a bit. I like it, the little bits of red in this as well too. You got little bits of red there and then that little bit of red in the girl that's about to hop off the cliff there. It's a nice little touch. I tried to put some similar music on in the background. I'm spewing I can't have Korn playing. I was just listening to him all morning while I did the side bit. There's a vibe. Listening to him and painting this album was a lot of fun. But I'll be able to put up some shorts when I finally finish this and go through all my videos, and I'll put up some shorts with doing this and some Korn music to it. He's almost done, got his face in there. About to do his little Discman. Discman looks so cool. We just brought ours in from the shed the other day as well too. Didn't work, all the batteries were melted on the inside. Spewing. Few little buttons on the Discman. So my husband's going to try and fix the Discman with all the melted battery acid in there. He thinks he can do a good job of fixing it. I tried to scrape some of the battery acid out. But yeah, this year we want to start getting some more 90s stuff. We've got our Mongoose snipers in parts. Mongoose villain. I got a Mongoose villain that's like all in parts. So we want to try and put it together. Maybe get them re-chromed as well too. Oh, Pushy's out. And yeah, I'd love to have a full 90s museum in my house somewhere. So yeah, stay tuned. I might put some stuff up of our old BMXs. Yeah, I had a sniper. He had a villain. He had a 97 villain or 98 villain. Full concentration mode today, so sorry if I'm distracted. Ah, CKY. I love CKY. Me and my friends back in the day, we used to all go to each other's house on a Friday night and play CKY, get the CKY tapes out, watch CKY and watch Jackass, the TV show. Not the movie, the old school TV show where it all started. It was so good. Especially watching it with like a bunch of your friends back in the day. I would ride my BMX to my friend's house too. Then it got really dark of a night time and I couldn't see shit on the way home because I rode back on the creek. It was so scary. Didn't have like any phones with torches or any of that sort of stuff. Well, I didn't. I know there were phones. I think, what did they have then? Blackberries or something like that. Yeah, rode my BMX to our house along the creek, and then when I come home, it was pitch black. We were watching CKY. It was awesome. We also had Big Brother back in the day as well too, the Aussie Big Brother. And they used to have Friday night games on the Aussie Big Brother, so we'd watch that, then we watched some Jackass and CKY. Those were the days. I miss sort of having house get-togethers and gatherings. Don't know if people still do that now or what, or if they just sit on their phones, but mate, these kids these days maybe need to get some CKY videos and sit back home with their mates and watch some CKY. Then we'd go outside and try and jump in bushes and stuff like that. Act like a bunch of idiots. Go home with all these scratches on you and your parents are like, well, what have you been doing? Just jumping in some bushes. I'm so glad that there wasn't many phone cameras around back then. That's when they were probably starting to come out. I think the iPhone and all that was sort of starting to come out around then, but yeah, friends didn't have it, so thank God, because they would have filmed some shit back then. And the Dudesons, I don't know if anyone remembers the Dudesons as well too, that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to have to try and find these things on DVD now that we start talking about it. Alright, so we've got front cover coming along. Oh, we're almost there. Always get worried with the clear coat as well too. Yeah, we did live in the moment back then. It was so good. Now my little cousins, they're like in their 20s and stuff like that, and I'm like, I wonder what they get up to when they go, if they go to parties or gatherings or stuff like that, and I think they all just sit there with their phones out. It's not the same as what it used to be, but it's probably a little bit more safer than it was. Kids are probably not getting as hurt these days, which is probably a good thing. Kids, by I mean kids, young adults, I guess. I just call everyone in their 20s kids these days. That's how old I am. But yeah, I've noticed, even going to a few birthdays and gatherings or whatever, not that there's that many these days, that if there's young people there, adults I mean, and young adults, that yeah, they're generally sitting on their phones. I guess it's good when it's awkward and you don't really know too many people, but yeah, it's none of that back in our day. I remember just going to parties, sitting there, having drinks or whatever, or just being silly, making up silly games. Because you had to, there's nothing else to do. So hopefully I might be able to clear coat these tonight. Matte coat, I should say. It's not going to be a clear. It's just going to be a matte just to protect it. Might be able to, yeah, get it together and see what it looks like together. One thing I want to do, and that I always do with like the console covers that I do, is I do a little sneaky something on the inside in there. So I was thinking of doing the Korn, the doll. It's like a voodoo doll Korn have on one of their covers. I was thinking of sitting that in there. Yeah, that's right. Totally right about that. bits where I just got tattooed the other day. I just got tattooed under my chin, and some more thorns and stuff like that added. So it's a bit itchy and sore today. It's starting to sort of dry out a little bit. I need to put cream on it. I'm not a very good tattoo artist. Do as I say, not as I do. I probably should be putting more cream on it, but I'm pretty bad at looking after my tattoos. It's just been a bit distracted lately. And I also got some more laser tattoo removal. Look at that. Look at the bubbles on it. It's so swollen compared to my other arm. See the size of that? Oh, Bart, I'll never get rid of Bart. And look at the size of this arm. I've barely got an elbow anymore. So yeah, I just started getting laser tattoo removal. Well, not started. I got laser tattoo removal on Friday. It's the third session I've had on laser tattoo removal, which is really good results. I haven't done the inside, so I'm not going to do the inside because I'm too much of a sook. So that's how dark this was. So it's really good results for laser tattoo removal. I'm going to be going on this arm. I've got 90s kid, and I've got like 90s stuff, the cassette tape and stuff like that, and the shoes. And so on this side, I want to do 80s baby and have like rollerblades up the top, or roller skates up the top, and NES controllers and 80 kind of type, 90s sort of stuff. Just painting this. This is a Korn album cover. So I don't know whether to put the little Korn logo up the top. I reckon I should, but I don't know. This, who did this artwork? The guy who creates Spawn done this artwork for Korn. Spawn and Korn. So yeah, guy who done all the Spawn comic books and stuff like that did the artwork for Korn, which is pretty interesting, isn't it? I love how sketchy it is. Makes my work easier because I'll just be sketchy too. It's a bit quicker than trying to do everything perfectly. Obviously it's not the same. The colours are a little bit off and that. Don't want it to be exactly the same. So always try and work from left to right so I don't smudge it, because it stays wet for a little while, this stuff does as well too. That's awesome. I love stories like that. It's like me with Offspring. My sister sort of introduced me to Offspring as well too. Putting the do you used to listen to it on your Walkman? Did it used to skip for you as well too? Because I used to try and ride my bike and listen to it, and it'd skip all the time. Till I got one of those ones that weren't like skippable, that they'd still skip a little bit for you. I remember hearing Korn for the first time. I think I was in grade 6, and this naughty kid in the class used to listen to Korn, and I'm like, oh, Is he naughty because he listens to that band? And then I got older and then I loved him when I wasn't such a little goody as well. But yeah, I used to think that maybe he was naughty because he listened to this band. Yeah, they're cool. Such a cool band. I know, it is hard not to smudge everything. That's funny that it skipped still. Always would skip at the best part of the song as well. Put his nose in there. It's definitely the best Korn album, I reckon, too. Just listening to it before. I'm so spewing I can't have it on in the background. Didn't want to get that copyright strike. This was the first Korn album I listened to. I don't know what the first one was that came out, but that's it. Getting there. That's going to be it for me, guys. I'm hungry. I'm starving. It's almost 1 o'clock here and I haven't even had lunch. So there we go. We're almost done. Last little bits to go, and I might clear coat it tonight and then, yeah, upload a full video of it in the next coming days or something like that. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys have a great day.